Good morning. Today we're going to read Diary of a Worm. What is this about? Look at that worm holding a pencil. Can worms hold pencils? No, that would be crazy. They don't have hands. We're going on a journey in a storybook. We don't know what will happen, so we must take a look. March 20th. Mom says there are 3 things I should always remember. 1. The earth gives us everything we need. 2. When we dig tunnels, we help take care of the earth. He's thinking. This is a thinking box. We must make tunnel, help earth breathe. And number 3, never bother Daddy when he's eating the newspaper. March 29th. Today I tried to teach Spider how to dig. First of all, his legs got stuck. I think I've twisted one of my ankles. Then he swallowed a bunch of dirt. Tomorrow he's going to teach me how to walk upside down. March 30th. Worms cannot walk upside down. So the spider's trying to teach the worm how to walk upside down, but worms don't walk, they wiggle. And they certainly don't have anything to cling on to. They don't have legs or feet. So what are they going to do? They're going to wiggle, 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 fall. April 4th. Fishing season started today. We all dug deeper. Did you guys hear something? Why do you think they're digging deeper so they can't be found? Because they don't want to get eaten by the fish. April 10th. It rained all night and the ground was soaked. We spent the entire day on the sidewalk. Hopscotch is a very dangerous game. Oh no! What's going to happen to them if they get right under the shoe? Bam! They're going to get squished. Now, let's talk about this. If you see a worm on the sidewalk, this is how they feel if you're coming. Don't step on the worms. We got to leave nature alone. April 15th. I forgot my lunch today. I got so hungry that I ate my homework. My teacher made me write, "I will not eat my homework," 10 times. When I was finished, I ate that too. April 20th. I snuck up on some kids in the park today. They didn't hear me coming. I wiggled up right between them and they screamed. I love when they do that. Why did the girls scream? Why do you think? Why did the girls scream when they saw a worm? Maybe because they don't like worms? Maybe because they think they're gross? How do you feel about worms? Do you like worms? May 1st. Grandpa taught us that good manners are very important. So today I said, "Good morning" to the first ant I saw. There were 600 more of them in line. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning, nice to see you. Howdy, good morning. I stood there all day. May 8th. Had the worst nightmare last night. Giant birds playing hopscotch. Mom says I have to stop eating so much garbage right before I go to bed. The worm has a nightmare. Have you ever had a nightmare? Let's do a text to self connection. Have you had a nightmare before? What was your nightmare? Was it a hawk trying to get you, like the worm? Or is it something else? I know some of you are afraid of, I won't say who because it's on the internet, but I know some of you have told me that you're scared of the dark. Some of you have told me that you're scared of vacuum cleaners, the loud noise of a vacuum cleaner, or the loud noise of a dryer or a washing machine. Some of you are scared of trying new things, or you're afraid of heights. But let me ask you a question. So let's pause. Pause the story. Remember, we press pause sometimes to ask questions. I want you to think of a way that you can overcome fear. We've talked about this before. God brings peace. So at any point in time when you start to feel scared, what can you do? You can always pray. You can talk to God anytime. You don't have to bow your head every single time, but when you're scared to do something, you can just talk to God just like this. God, help me. God, help me overcome my fear. God is a God of peace. So whenever we feel fearful, that doesn't come from God. That feeling of fear, that anxiety, that doesn't come from God. That comes from the enemy. And we want to ask God to help us with that because he can bring us peace like no one else can. He can help us overcome fear like no one else can. He can help us feel brave and courageous like no one else can. All we have to do is ask. Okay, press play again. May 15th, I got into a fight with Spider today. He told me you need legs to be cool. Then he ran. I couldn't keep up. Maybe he's right. May 16th, I made Spider laugh so hard he fell out of his tree. Who needs legs anyway? May 28th, last night I went to the school dance. You put your head in. You put your head out. You put your head in. You put your head out. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. That's all we could do. June 5th. Today we made macaroni necklaces in art class. I brought mine home and we ate it for dinner. You're very talented. June 15th. My older sister thinks she's so pretty. I told her that no matter how much time she spends looking in the mirror, her face will always look just like her rear end. Because worms have the same front and the same back. They look the same from their head to their bottom. Oh, that wasn't very kind, though. Spider thought that was really funny. Mom did not. Mom did not think that was funny. Look, this is Mom. Mom's telling me, uh-oh, that was not nice. July 4th. When I grow up, I want to be a Secret Service agent. Spider says I will have to be very careful because the president might step on me by mistake. It's a dangerous job, I told him, but somebody's got to do it. July 28th. 3 things I don't like about being a worm. Number 1, I can't chew gum. Number 2, I can't have a dog. Number 3, all that homework. July 29th. 3 good things about being a worm. Number 1, I never have to go to the dentist. Number 2, I never get in trouble for tracking mud through the house. Number 3, I never have to take a bath. August 1st. It's not always easy being a worm. We're very small and sometimes people forget that we're even here. But like Mom always says, the earth never forgets we're here. Worms are very good for soil and they help plants grow. Do you know our story from yesterday? Muncha, muncha, muncha. And I asked you how plants grow. Plants need, what do they need? I'm going to pretend I can hear you. Yes, they do. They need water, sun, and dirt. Well, the worms, they help the dirt. They help the soil become fertilized so well so that the plants grow nice and strong. So I leave the worms in my garden. I don't touch them. They're there. Sometimes I dig them up when I'm tilling my garden. Tilling means turning the soil so that it's more, so that it helps plants grow a lot better. And I add soil to it, and I till it, and I move it, and I see worms. I leave the worms there. They're really good for the soil. They do help the earth. So we leave them be. If you see worms, let them stay where they are. God created them to help the soil. So I'm going to ask you a question now. Are you ready for the question? Number 1, when you see a worm, what are you going to do? Are you going to step on it? Or are you going to leave nature as it is? Number 2, can you think of a time where maybe you were scared, just like he was when he had a nightmare? What did you do when you were scared? Number 3, what can you do to help the earth? So worms help the earth just by being a worm and doing what they always do. But what do you do to help the earth? What can you do at home? Do you pick up your toys outside? You take toys outside when you play outside in the backyard, and do you pick them up before you go inside? Do you pick up your trash and throw it away? Do you help mom and dad with yard work? Just saying, think about all the things that you can do to help the earth. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.